Hi Laura. Okay, so here's the explanation for 4.9. So this is about concentration levels. So think about, if you had a swimming pool and you needed to add chlorine and stuff, you're figuring out how much you need to add depending on how much liquid is in a particular area or barrel or pool or whatever it is. So we need to think about how much stuff we're allowed to put in depending on how much liquid we have to get the right concentration. So let's say that we're diluting water, okay? So we're putting some salt in water. Let's say that so we're trying to put in 12 grams of salt, and let's say we have 240 mils of water. Okay, so now what we need to do is, no, actually, let's just say grams. Let's keep it simple and leave them in the same thing. All right, so let's say we have 240 grams of water, which isn't really great, but anyway, we're going to put 12 grams of salt in it. So what we want to know is how would we label that concentration? Let's say we wanted to put a label on the instructions for how to do this. How could we write it? So what we're going to do is basically turn it into, well, it's basically a fraction really. So we're just going to use the two numbers that we've already got, 12 and 240. Now this is just like dealing with your basic fractions. We're going to simplify it as much as we can. So with something like this, you can keep dividing by 2 until you could no longer do it anymore. So, or if you know what to divide by instantaneously, that's fine. Otherwise, just do it in stages. So we could get 6 and 120. We could end up with divided by 2 again. Whoa. And we end up with 3 and 60. Yeah, you get what I'm doing. I hope that you understand sort of the whole thing. And then you can do this again, 1 and 20. All right, so this, obviously we can't go any further than this. So we're saying that the actual concentration is 1 grams to 20 grams, okay? So we'll put in our units of measurement again at the end. So yeah, basically turn it into a fraction and simplify it. Now, sometimes in these questions, they will take it one more stage. So they're asking you for the percentage concentration. Now, remember the way you turn anything into a percentage is the bit over the whole, and I hope you're saying it along with me, times 100. Okay, so in this case, we've got the bit over the whole. So this is our fraction from before, times 100. Now you could do this with the original two numbers and you would still get the same answer. If you type that into a calculator, you'll end up with 5%. So what we're saying is that the concentration here is 5%, or it's 1 grams to 20 grams, depending on what they're asking. If they're just asking for the concentration, you give them this one. If they're asking for the percentage, you give them this one. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Sometimes they will ask you for different parts of the equation, so they might give you the percentage and give you one of the, either the 12 or the 240, sorry. And you can use exactly the same process, but you'll just have a different unknown piece of information, and you just move things around until you solve your unknown, just like normal. So this is the way you do it all the time, but sometimes they might tell you that a different part is missing, but you still go through the same process. So hopefully that's helpful. If not, drop me another email. Good luck.